Okay, let's see if we can make this one come up a treat. This is an interesting one we've got. So, just going to get ourselves into gear, so to speak. Okay, I think we're going to keep this as a positive. This one looks really quite hazy. This one, it's a bit of a strange one. Just a little bit of contrast. We don't want to go too crazy with it. I don't know how this one's going to look. This one's going to be a little bit challenging one to make look aesthetic. So it's got a lot of magenta in it. It's like hazy sort of an image. It's hard to describe. You'll find out once I pull it out. Let's see if we can make it look good. See if we can make this come up a treat. So I think we can close that. We've got to get it enlarged, so we're going to do that once we take the original, grab the original, and it's meant to be, it's Women in Leadership Summit 2018, so it's a leadership thing for women, especially for women. I'm just going to bend this here a bit to give us an idea just where to place. Yeah, I've done it. I think I've done it right. Yeah, I've done it right. Or nearly right. It's still a bit, we just have to try to use that notch as a guide to where to put it, because we don't want the writing up the top to show up. Just thinking, maybe this is not the right way. I'm thinking I've done it wrong. I've got to do it this way because the paper is landscape, not portrait. I don't typically like working in portrait. So I'm just going to put the little notch just after the edge. And we've got to just try and intuitively make a guesstimate as to how large we're going to enlarge this. We're going to the manual section and we're going to go. I think it's going to be 300 one way. We're starting with just 300 each way. So let's see how we go with this. But you can see it's a hazy looking image. The picture of the woman's face, it looks hazy, if that's a good way of describing it. Let's see how we've made it look. Whoa, it is hazy. Still looks hazy. You can see that looks quite nice. I think we've framed it quite well. I'm wondering if we're going to turn it into a four-way mirror image. You can just see the little printer's dots on this thing. But it's nice. It's different. So I'm thinking wondering if we're going to go here or we're just going to run it off as it is. I'm sort of thinking the woman's nose is cut off, but I think it's okay for the tip of the woman's nose to be cut off in this case. So it's nice that we didn't have to distort the aspect ratio, that the X and the Y are both the same percentage. But it looks interesting. See, her nose is cut off, but that doesn't seem to be a problem. I think it makes it look better in some ways. So we're just going to line these up. We're going to make a four-way mirror image. So we've got both 300 by 300. That seems to work well. So it's 300 by 300 means there's not going to be any aspect ratio or X, Y, or horizontal, vertical distortion. So it's going to be just normal, just a larger size. I don't know if many people can grasp what I'm talking about. It's not an easy thing, but I'm glad I'm able to make videos of what I do. At least demystifies some of the processes involved in doing photocopier art, or I've actually renamed what I do with photocopiers. I call it, basically a more technical term is copier configuration art, which means you're configuring all those features. You're adjusting heaps of features, and it goes from merely being just photocopier art to copier configuration art. That's a more update version than what it used to be called. It used to be called lots of the time copy art, xerography. Well, xerography, this is still xerography. Used to be called, well, it's had a few names, but I feel like calling it copier configuration art because what I do is I take the features, as you can see, as you've just seen, and I configure them and I adjust them and play around with them and make some really freakish stuff. But that looks good. I think we can call that one quits. I quite like it.